And I don't believe you've got a view of this game for some reason. Not usually a huge fan of screen shake, but I'll leave it on to see what it's like. Again, wiggly text strength, maybe you don't like that. I have no problem with wiggly text. It's good to know that they've got that as an option, though. That's why you can make it very slightly wiggly or very wiggly. Oops. Welcome to the Laboratory of Chess. Over the course of this interactive experience, we will be learning about how the game of chess was created. The story of chess begins over 1,500 years ago when an individual whose name is lost to time invented a game where they move around in simple steps. Move pieces by selecting them and then selecting a tile for them to move on, or by dragging them over the tile. Well done. You've harvested your very first crop. Whenever a crop gets harvested, you gain food and other items will appear in your inventory. After harvest, some crops need to rest until next day before they can be farmed again. Collect 3 food for your first piece. To make your workers more productive, landowners would often give points to their workers that did their job. It's called XP for experience points. Gaining enough experience points means you would go up in social standings and eventually reach level 2. Now, being the level 2 piece, it is max health and attacks are increased. Hooray! You gain the piece information panel. You can use a piece information panel to review a piece's stats, abilities, or to equip an item into their hand slots. Placing an item into a piece of hand slot will allow it to use that item. We can make sure of our now pawn has a planter ability. By placing seeds into your pawn's hands, it will know which sort of seeds it should plant. When a new pawn moves onto a source hole, it will plant any seeds from the inventory that match the seeds in its hand slot. Just like today, 3 meals were needed, for every member of society. Even skipping breakfast led to the immediate death of peace. It was therefore very, very important to make sure there were at least 3 food for each piece before midnight. What the fuck is this game? This isn't chess. I mean, I like it, but I don't know what the fuck it is. I hope we don't have any turnip seeds. We don't have any turnip seeds, annoyingly. When a pawn reaches level 3, it learns auto movement ability. It can now think for itself and move on its own. These are pieces with auto movement, and they will attempt to move on their own. Pawns can even farm automatically. Compressing items in the craft tube was a great way to get more valuable and useful items. We need to get 2 bricks. There. Plant that. Alright. You're not doing anything. Okay. Day 1 of the 5th entry complete, and everything is going well. Well done. At the end of each day, all your pieces will eat 3 food and heal some health. You can then choose how to make use of any of the remaining food you've collected to heal them further using the end of the day panel. Some of the food you don't use to heal pieces will spoil overnight to make sure you heal all the pieces you need to. We've learned so much already. To help keep track of everything you learned, you can refer back to this book, An Elaborate History of Chess. You can open and close Elaborate History of Chess whenever you'd like using this button. The game of moving around in single steps soon became a sport. It's game of 2 people move around in single steps. The sport was called 2 people around moving around in single steps and would often be played working in the field. If you ever start a new day with only 1 piece without the structure ability, you will be gifted a pawn to play with you. Now that you started the next day, all your crops are ready to keep growing. Okay, let's have a look at what we're doing. I kinda wanna see if we can get more rocks. Stockpile 2 bricks, but I have 2 bricks now. Due to the abundance of crops, local landowners does create a new curb to ramp and OP to curb the ramping population over time. Thou shalt not craft more workers if thou hast no space to house them. To get more pieces, need to increase population capacity by building structures such as castles with their own mobility. Thankfully, structures do not need food and don't take spaces in population themselves. Some structures could be leveled up and healed with materials. Give the pieces the repairability, the reparable ability to the item turns so they can level up. Okay? Okay. So we need more stone. Maybe we need to make another. Let's do that. We have enough food for us. So. Just let your workers your kingdom can level up too. Every time you increase your kingdom level, you'll get rewards and be able to queue for more pieces before continuing however you want to name your kingdom. Kingdom. Another piece has appeared. The red piece around this P, the red ring around this piece indicates it's an enemy. To fight enemies, move your pieces onto them just like you would in chess. Remember, attack on diagonals. Okay. So we've got enough food for a while still. When AP 6 damage, it will retreat to a nearby position if it has any health remaining. If there's a steady ability, it will stand on its ground when it gets attacked, and the attacker will be forced to retreat instead. Some abilities are temporary and will disappear after a piece moves enough times or after other conditions are met. You can tell the ability is temporary by the hourglass piece. At the end of each day, the food that pizzas consume will give them a little bit of health back. We took out the zombie. I think we did good, but I have no idea. Okay, we've got enough food. That's... Let's also get some more stone. Some more bricks even. Let's put another castle there. Drag any two pieces that aren't structures into the crafter, and you will create another pawn. Oh, third pawn. Oh, yeah. Though we do need to get some more food. We do have an advert coming up, so we will pause the game for the 3 minutes that the ads are on. When they start, obviously, it's a good time to, take a quick break, take a rest, just check in with yourself, make sure you're doing okay. We want to get this guy away from these bad guys. What else do we want to get? What are our objectives? Sorry about that. Have to go quickly grab a drink. Had to quickly grab a drink. I now have that drink. Let's get you away. Yeah. You're not gonna move or something. Oh, you bitch. We killed you. Now let's hope that we can get some cloth. Workers in the 5th century would often get promotions when provided with the right tools. Okay. Need to give you some cloth to promote you for some reason. Faith was a large part of life in Mill Kingdom, and many farmers took to the cloth to free themselves from burden of farming. Bishops provide motivation and focus on the masses, meaning they work more efficiently. They could also move only in diagonals just like in chess. Bishops gain additional experience when using the divine inspiration ability. Let's see. What else do we want? We want a stockpile of 2 wheat. I want you to also have wheat now instead so we can be farming wheat. And do another one of these. And let's make some more. Some more repairs for these. Okay, we've now healed everyone back up to the start, and we wasted a little bit of food, but that's fine. Oh, goddamn. There's always another one, isn't there? Now, let's make another castle. And we want some more cloth, so we want some more yarn. And does that how it works? No? How do I upgrade you? Oh, you are also level 2 bishop anyway. Well, it said we stockpiled some iron, but I can't see any. And it wasn't what I expected it to look like. Where the fuck are you going? Right now, we don't want people just walking off like that. Princey boy. Princey boy? Poppy boy? Press an iron plate into a thingy to promote it. So knights are good at attacking. But we do need another pawn. So we've got a max population at the moment, but we need a level 2 knight and a level 6 population, and we're running out of time to have food. You don't have any turnip seeds, so we need to quickly get some more turnips. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to have enough. But we're gonna try our best. Ow. Unfortunately. But for a moment, let's focus on making sure we've got enough food. Okay. So we've now got enough. Let's craft another person. And another person maybe not just yet. Oh, you two don't have auto movement on. That's why. Okay. That makes sense. And you also can't plant, you can plant stuff. Okay. We've got enough food, so let's make another person. So we would now want to get also some cloth. Okay, now I've got enough people. Put you there. Like another person. Let's see what do we get when we got mushrooms. This is an interesting game. I'm not entirely vibing with it that much. It's kinda similar to another game called Stack Lands. Maybe if I turned off the auto movement, it would be better. I'm not entirely sure. There is a story mode apparently. Thank you. Full screen, please. Okay. Doing full screen takes away my cursor, so I can't see what it is. So we're gonna have to have it on, windowed. Let's give me 1 SEC to reset the timer. So these are haunted tiles. How can you tell?
Vibes mostly. Also, I'm a ghost.
Right. These voice lines are too small, too short for the TDS thing to pick them up. A theory, not more. The set of Ren picks up a set of tiles and looks it over. He's not sure what he's looking for, but this looks like a perfectly average set of Majima tiles. Not that he's seen many. Behold, for I am the great ghost of Majima. By picking up my cursed tiles, you have been doomed to.
Hey, guys. I found the ghost.
Don't you interrupt. The tiles on the table haphazardly. Anyway, who wants to play? Hori's not allowed to play because they have to show me how. Only if you give me half the pot when you win. Bree, I'm in. What sex are we talking? Theory. I'll take the ghost as the winnings. Hammer. You know what? I'd like the ghosts. Sure. Big ghost. Stop wagering me. Varen, Coolio. And I split it 50-50 with Corey if I win. Whatever that means. It doesn't mean anything. Ignoring the great ghost of our Majima, our titular dirtbags instead starts on a game. Type East game. Goal. Do your best. The story doesn't continue past here either way. Venton Enanos, any 20 HP, 8 MP. Regan regenerate 2 MP upon taking damage. Lightning strike, thunderbolts hit everyone around the table, including yourself for full damage and master beta. For the next 4 discards, any calls, open can, chi, con, run, or attacks can be made off of you and not other players. During this time, chi can be called on regardless of player seats. And, yeah, I've been trying to make it obvious that I'm not saying Majima and saying Mahjong, but sometimes it's not working. I'll play this one. Was hoping, it would give me some kind of tutorial, but obviously not. So they've all played blue characters, so I'm gonna play a blue character as well. I'm gonna play North. I got poisoned. I'm not quite, yep. That makes some sense, I think. I have no idea what's going on. Am I losing? Am I winning? No idea whatsoever. I did. Okay. Let's see if that's a tutorial. how to play that would be helpful. This is much bigger than it is. I was expecting it to be. It's like, actually how to play Majima. So everyone started playing. It's a fairly intimidating game at first and high skill ceiling, but basics is fairly simple, especially in video game form. Wait. There's an interactive tutorial. Fuck reading. Hello, and welcome to Dirtbag Mahjong. Oh, wait. I'm realizing I'm just having actually changed the name. Shit. Hello, how are you doing today? Today, we're learning how to play Majima, apparently. Or Majima as the game wants to keep calling it, as the TDS wants to keep calling it. Anyway, Majima is a game where you pick up and discard tiles every turn in order to make the patterns in your hand. This tutorial will cover the basics to start playing. Now first off, let's deal you in. A complete Mahjong hand always consists of 14 tiles. There are two different types of tiles, suit and honor. So suit tiles are numbered 1 to 9, and they have 3 suits. The 1 to 9 of each suit are terminals because they represent the stars in the end of sequence. That makes sense. And the 3 suits are characters, dots. You know, the one of the bamboo doesn't look like the other of the bamboo. Like, why is a bird one with the bamboo? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This is your honor tails. Honors are not numbered and come in 2 different groups. Yet. The only Majima I've played is what Windows calls Majima with that tile matching game. Wind tiles are 4 of these tiles in total corresponding to the 4 cardinal directions, which makes sense. And dragon tails with a white, green, and red. So you have to make 14. You have to make a winning hand is 4 melds with 3 tiles and 1 pair. Two ways to make a meld, triplets and sequences. As the name of triplet consists of 3 identical tuples, and I assume the sequence will be a run of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would guess. Yet. Okay. Yet. That makes sense. 2 tossing beats for meld together at the partial meld. A pair of analytical tasks can be called a partial triplet, which any 2 consecutive numbers or 2 numbers with a gap between them is a partial sequence. Now let's talk about turn order. A standard game of Majima is 4 players with each player given a seat corresponding to one of the 4 wins. And start of the game, player in the east seat always goes first, then predict counterclockwise around the table. At the start of the turn, each player draws a new tile and then discards a tile to maintain the hand of 13. You can discard a new tile if you wish. At Shanton -1, you have a winning hand. At Shanton 0, you have a ready hand, which means you're 1 tile away from winning at Shanton of 1. Well, higher means you're that tiles away from ready. Shanton goes down when you draw a tile, and that gets closer to you winning, and goes up when you discard a tile or meld as partial meld who currently has a Shanton of 1. Keeping in mind of what we've covered, choose tiles in the score that maintains this value. Click a tile to discard it now. Okay. We've got 2 of these cards, which, tiles even, would be a partial thingy. Oh, god damn it. Okay. I'm gonna have it like this. Seven, 8, 9 would be one of those sequences, so that's we'd want to get rid of those. So we wouldn't want to get rid of those. So we could get rid of 9 because that would make 5, 6, 7. And that would also leave us with the WS to make a partial meld or whatever it is, and then the DS to do the same. So, yeah, I'll get rid of this one. Correct. You have a sequence of other bamboo tiles, so the 9 bamboo was not contributing to your Shanton. Also, lone terminals are less likely to contribute to a sequence. They can only be made to the full start. Yep. Yet. I got it right. Now that you've discarded ending your turn, it's the turn of the play to your right in the south seat. So if you discard a tile that you've already a pair in your hand, which you're allowed to call pawn by pressing this button. It doesn't say what cooling pond actually does. I'm aware that it's gonna show you what it does, but it would be nice to be told before you press it. Call upon will immediately start a new turn for you, skipping all the turns of the players between you and the player you called on. On this turn, you will have to discard without drawing a new tile to maintain a size hand of 13. A meld created via a call will be set aside like this, placed face up. Before you call pawn, your hand was considered closed. Now that you've made a call, it is considered open. Other players can see the triplets, and it changes some things with scoring and your options of pitching the hand. We'll go into the details of that later. Oh. To turn a ready hand into a winning hand and finish this round, you'll need two things. One of them is the finished hand considering a 4 melds and 1 pair, and the other is a yaku. Yaku are special conditions that award points when met. You can't win a hand worth 0 points. You must first meet the conditions for at least 1 yaku to win. Make me cheap buy for specific patterns in your hand or conditions under which hand is finished. Win myself draw is an example of conditional yaku. This condition is met by drawing the winning hand yourself, without calling on another player discard. It also requires a closed hand, so we can't achieve it right now. Example of pattern yaku can include things like all symbols, a hand made up of only suit tiles between 2 and 8 with no terminals or honor tiles, or a flush hand made up for only 1 suit. In our case, we happen to already have the red dragon yaku. A triplet of any dragon is always a yaku, which means all you need to do is finish your hand. If guarding on a tile would create a winning hand, you need to call Ron instead of pawn. This ends the game and awards you points directly from the score of the player you took a winning tile from. One hand is not a winning hand or is a winning hand, but it's not going to cover the score. It's not going to score you a lot of points. We'll cover the weight of the squidgy score in the next tutorial. Welcome back. As I'm going to aim for a higher score than last time to do this, we're going to keep our hand closed so we can learn a lot more about yaku and a new mechanic called Richi. So we've got another 7, so we get to keep those 7s there. That's kinda close to being 4, 5, 6, so that'd be better than that one, I think. If the player to your left discards a tile you could use to complete a sequence, you can call chi to add it to your hand. However, just like all in pawn, this will open your hand. You don't have any yaku right now, and opening your hand will limit your opportunities to get any. Click pass for now. Great. You're at Shansen 0 and your hand's closed. Which are the conditions needed to go Oishi? Places a wager of 1000 points. These points will be lost if you don't win the round. It declares the other player that you are one tile away from winning and are committed to your current hand to do it. After calling Wishy and discarding a tile, you'll automatically discard new unwanted tile at the start of your subsequent turns. This means you can no longer modify your hand. If you draw or call on any winning tile, you receive extra points at the end of your round. Calling Wishy counts as a yaku. Hit the button now to discard to see how it works in practice. So, 4, 5, 6 would be good to keep. We've got 1 2 F3 there, 1 2 F3 there, 1 9 there. I'm going to discard that. You drew the tile you needed directly into your hand. This means you can call sumo, which will end the game as you are the winner. Okay. Okay. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Although, it's also like, what? Yakoi are triplets of either dragons or value wines. Value wines are either the seat wind, which in your case is east, or the round wind, which is also east. Since your 3 east wines are correspond to the seat wind and the round wind, you get double wind. Three glazed on the tin. 3 of your melts were triplets, and you kept your hand closed. Win by self-draw means that you can always win by calling sumo on any finished hand as long as your hand is closed. Winning by ron does not give this yaku. Calling Rishi is before winning is worth 1 hand all by itself and means you still have at least 1 yaku even if you win by calling ron. Thank you for the Luroxan. I hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you are doing. It is appreciated, and you are loved. Skip through all this and see if we can play another game. Although I'm not a huge fan of this tile because I can't really see what it is, and I don't know if you can actually see it on stream, if it even has anything on the tile. See. What should we get rid of? I'm not sure what the poisoning is, but I'm still trying to get my head around the game of Mahjong in general. So, yeah, that's... I've got a thingy there. But, yeah, that is the half hour of this game. Obviously, it's interesting. I have no idea how the fuck to play Majima, so I probably wasn't the best thing of this. I didn't assume it was going to be like the, whatever the West calls, Mars Han with Windows, the tile matching game rather than actual Mars Han. But, yeah, I'm have a slightly better understanding of how to play the game, kind of technically, in the very basics. I have no idea what all the other poisoning shit is. I assume that's something to do with the actual bits of the game, but I might be interested in playing some more, trying some more. I'm certainly gonna try it out in Yakuza 0 to see what it's like. And, hopefully, that will have another tutorial or another introduction to the game that make it maybe more understandable. I don't know. Yes. I would be interested in trying some more out. The characters all seem pretty cool and nicely well designed. Story. I'm not don't what kind of story there is going to. I realize you're not actually looking at the thing I'm playing. Set up board. PC place it here, okay. How I want to lay it out. Do I want pawns? Your rooks, right? Yeah, okay, let's see what this is like. What can you do at the moment? Not much else though. Oh, you bastard. I did not see that. Okay, so I think I've locked these people. I don't know if I've locked mine. No, just that. Okay. Okay, yeah. That's not too helpful. Though I am aware doing that would be quite foolish. Like that, yeah. Yeah, I think I've lost this one. Okay, let's see what the boss is like. Oh yeah, you move everything around randomly, of course you do. Why wouldn't he? Why did I do that? That was a stupid decision to make. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. I'm not a huge fan of how it's presenting itself with the tutorial. Just the tutorial just feels a little clunky is all. Damn. Right. Wait, what? That wasn't. But that's up there. You shouldn't be able to take that. This is my king courtesan. That's it. So, where are they? I mean, you could take you, I suppose, but not much else. Oh, kings are immune to that chaining. Okay. Ah. Unfortunately, if I go there, did have to lose that piece. Which is an unfortunate effect of chess at times. If I go there and take you, why were you just moving back and forth then? See, so currently you can't really go anywhere. I made the boss surrender. Ah, bishops. That would be cool, but I mean... That's really well. Queen, coin, knife. Sigh. That you are attacking you. And I can't put you up there either. Oh, you bum. It's been way too long since I've played chess. I still got a chess app on my phone, but I haven't touched it in 6 months. And I only know that because my phone said, oh, here are the apps you haven't touched in ages. Why did I do that? That was a stupid decision. I mean, that would then get rid of the U. Okay, I'm happy with that trade, at least got rid of them. Although maybe that was a bad trade to make overall. Yeah, that was certainly a bad move. Oh, well. Though I'm quite enjoying this game as well, and probably it wouldn't be necessarily a game I would play on stream. Purely just because I am that bad at chess. And so one of you two is going to take this pawn. Shit. I did pretty much everything wrong there. Yeah, well, I know you're safe. So I'll leave that there. Putting the quarter down up. That was a bad move, but I guess it got rid of that. Right now you can't attack you. I can't attack you either. Oh, you bastard. Let me take your horsey. So, I won. Yeah, it still feels a little cheap. I'll take it. Can you guys attack anything at the moment? No. I'm not sure what I was attempting to do there. What are you? You're great, I can attack you. Maybe that'll put me in A. Put you up there. I just like how sometimes it seems to click and drag. Sometimes it doesn't. I've got to make sure I'm not going over time with this game. I almost am. But yeah, this is really quite a fun game. Even if it's just chess, you know. Unfortunately. Though. We are going to have to swap to a new demo.